Yeah, boy.
Destroy. No.
I think we need to talk about the most important issue in Beyblade X, which is part breakage. I wasn't that motivated to make this video, but something happened to me that was the last straw. This. The bit got hammered, I guess, but this happened in a normal battle. I've used this bit probably about 5 times, and this happened. And so I switched to my replacement bit, which after one battle had a cut through it, and later on more cuts. And then, when I was battling with my BX-17 Wizard Arrow, I noticed that it would burst nearly instantly after launch, and it happened a lot of times. So I flipped it over, and noticed that the ratchet was very loose compared to my other 480s. And then I found this. And this is my most used ratchet since I used this Wizard Arrow as my training dummy, but this is still sad. And the same breakage happened to my Night Shield 480, which I guess is due to the shapes of the bumps. I heard that's an issue, but this still sucks. Also, I've noticed that one of my other ratchets have like a gash taken out of them, like a big break just taken out of them, I guess you could say. A little crumb, a little piece. I've also noticed with ratchets that after they get beat up, it's easier to unlock them, which is bad for your base since it will burst easier. And with the attack and balance type bits, they're supposed to give your bay more burst resistance, and they do that by making it so you cannot unlock your ratchet with just your fingers while they're installed in there. But once the ratchets get beat up enough, you're able to do that, so beat up ratchets defeat the burst resistance of having an attack or balance type bit. Beyblade X has the most spin power yet, so the battles are going to be ultra chaotic, which leads to the tips and ratchets getting destroyed. Bits are mainly destroyed from blade to bit contact, which can happen in 2 ways. One is when you accidentally launch your bay on top of another bay that's already spinning in the stadium. This has happened to me back in Metal Fight with tips like Hull Flat, which are notoriously known for breaking easily. And this has happened to me a couple times, so eventually I said, I'll wait a little more time, or I'll launch when I'm sure that the other bay won't go under mine. Now the second way is completely out of your control, which is plain battling, because the battles in X are so chaotic that one collision can lead to the base flying around the stadium, which can lead to blade to bit contact. Now Beyblade X part breakage wouldn't even be that bad if Takara sold replacement parts, and that goes to you too, Hasbro, since you're getting into X next year. And Hasbro, listen here and listen closely. In your Beyblade X announcement, you said that you were going to make bays that have identical weight, feel, and performance to Takara. But the knowledgeable Beyblade consumer would know that you butchered the hybrid wheel system's Metal Fury toy line by taking out features. And for the Beyblade Burst Pro series, I'm pretty sure you also took out features and just made worse bays, period. And I don't have 100% knowledge on how Hasbro butchered Burst Pro series, so go to Zanky's channel since he's done some videos on it. So Hasbro, you already tarnished your reputation with the Beyblade fanbase, so you're going to have to meet expectations, and you're going to have to go a little over expectations. And I have already spent hundreds of dollars on sites that import Takara Beyblade X. But because they're importing it, it's going to cost more for consumers. And the site I use is Beyblade Premier, and I think they have good prices, and they also take apart bays to sell their parts separately, which I use to buy bits and ratchets as replacements. And they also have a point system on their site, which makes it so the more you buy, the more points you get, so you can eventually get free stuff, which I have used multiple times and I'm very happy with. But you, Hasbro, are going to be late to Beyblade X for like a year, so you're going to be competing with these sites that are importing Takara bays. So you, Hasbro, will need to do 3 things for me to stop buying from Beyblade Premier and buy from your retailers or from you directly. So number 1, you're going to have to produce bays of equal quality as you said in your announcement. Number 2, you're going to have to sell bays at a near equal price at least to Japan. Number 3, which is the reason for the creation of this video, you have to create and sell part packs. We need replacements. The bits and ratchets break very easily. I wouldn't say very easily, but the bits definitely do. They can break after 1 game, but you're going to have to produce part packs. If you can't do those 3 things for Beyblade X, I would tell you to get lost. We don't need you for Beyblade. Customers would love this for Beyblade X since currently, some bits are kind of signature. Now you can argue that signature bits are like a selling point for a bay, but what if someone buys that bay and the tip breaks? You're gonna have a hard time getting the customer to buy that bay again to get that tip. Now let's say we have a child Beyblade fan and we'll just call him Timmy. Timmy just got his new Leon Claw, but after one battle, his point bit breaks. Now what is Timmy gonna do? Timmy's gonna ask his parent to buy him another Leon Claw since the point bit is only from that one bay. Timmy may explain that he wants another Leon Claw because his point bit broke and Leon Claw is the only bit that has it. Now the parent's response is gonna depend on many factors, their personality, their economic situation. Maybe they'll just say, sure, I'll get you another one. Maybe they'll say they'll get another one if they get a good report card. Or they'll be like, what? I just gave you that thing, Timmy! You know what, Timmy? Don't even talk to me about this right now. In fact, I ain't giving you that cheap ass shit no more. And I'm an adult with my own money, but I don't feel like buying another Leon Claw for a point bit replacement. And as someone that's grown up with a parent that doesn't like buying me toys, this hits hard. And I play Beyblade X a lot, so I have multiple copies of bits since I know they're gonna break pretty fast, so this is even more incentive to sell replacement parts. For example, what happens if your orb bit from Viper Tail got so damaged that you want a replacement? Well, currently and unfortunately, you're gonna have to buy the BX16 random booster. And even in that booster, there's only 3 bays, and only one of them has orb, so this is the most hardcore form of gambling in Beyblade X so far. Takara Tomy already had replacement parts back in Metal Fight with the attack and defense part packs, so why don't they do that for X? They would have had to know that Beyblade X parts are pretty breakable, so you would think they would do this on drop. And for bits like low flat, you can only get from random boosters. Actually, I remember, you can get low flat from the BX21 set, which costs like $45 in the States. Woohoo. Also, out of the maybe 15 bits I've received, one of them came out of the box deformed, so that's an issue. So, Takara Tomy and Hasbro, your customers will really appreciate it if you sell replacement parts, since we don't want to buy a whole new bay when one of our bits or ratchets get destroyed. Just have part packs like what Takara Tomy did back in Metal Fight. For example, have a pack called Part Pack A that has a 360 ratchet, a 460 ratchet, and maybe 1 flat and 1 taper, or 2 flats and 2 tapers since bits are the most destructible parts so far. I would have said we needed blade replacements, but they're pretty durable, and but I have seen some pretty bad breaks, but those are rare, and if you want a new blade, I would say that's good enough reason to buy a whole new bay. Okay, Night Shield may have a structural issue. Anyway, you get the deal. Takara Tomy and Hasbro sell part packs. We're gonna love them, we're gonna buy them. And I've spent hundreds of dollars on Beyblade X, so I would like to save money and replace my broken bits and ratchets. And that's all, so see ya.